Yeah, we're live.
Yes, hi everyone.
Hello, everyone. We had promised you all that we'll have one more session because it's very critical time. There's going to be re-exam of CET. So it was necessary that we have one more session. Hi, Jyoti. Hi, Bad. Hi. If you all have any questions, you can put it on the chat. Even if it's not related to CET, we are open to chat for random things as well.
Okay, so we started getting questions, but I think let's just quickly discuss about what you should do in the last week of your preparation if you're giving the re-exam, if you're taking the re-exam. So last week, firstly, don't give a lot of mocks. That's the first tip that I would suggest. Give a maximum of 3 mocks. 2 or 3 mocks is more than enough. Give it during the slot, so everyone has just one slot this time. Give it during that slot so that you are active then, and just start waking up early if you are someone that wakes up late, because the exam is going to be in the morning. I think so. Just change your body clock to that time so that you are very active during that time. And yeah, 2 to 3 mocks just for practice. Uh, and then just the last thing is, don't worry about things that are not under your control. You will be thinking what is going to be the difficulty of this new slot. You will be thinking how will the normalization work for this additional slot. So don't think about all that because it's not under your control. So just focus on what is in your control for 1 week, and then when the results will come, we can see what to do about all those things.
Perfect. So I think the exam starts at 9 to 11:30 on 6th of May. So, you all can start getting habituated to giving some tests, sectional tests, or studying during that time. So you get used to it, like Aditya said. पिछले वाले में तो you wouldn't know which your slot is, last moment पे आता है, so it's difficult to, understand the timings. So over here, just start preparing during that time. And also, as Aditya rightly said, even I wouldn't have gone for mocks. I would have just worked on my weaker areas, given a few sectional tests, gone back to my notes where I've written all the tricks or the questions, the important ones, the tricky ones. Try to practice more questions of that particular trick so that I have that confidence during the day that I know everything and I've even worked on my weaker areas. So it's because of that confidence that you do really well during your exam. It's all about confidence, because I'm sure that a lot of people would have prepared well. And even the toppers, jo 30, 40 people who get into JBIMS, um, there would be, I'm guessing, somewhere 1,000, 2,000 people who would be at a similar stage of preparation. But the only difference why these people get into JBIMS is because of their confidence that day. And, having that confidence that there are no weak areas, you've done everything, every type of question, and all you have to do is just attempt this paper like your normal mock. So this is what I had thought during during the exam, and this is what helped me during the exam as well.
Yeah, so from the questions, first question is from Blaze. How to improve critical reasoning? So it is going to be a little difficult to improve critical reasoning in such a short time, but what you can do is just go through the critical reasoning questions of all the mocks you've given till now and see the solutions from that and see what kind of mistakes you're making and just try not to repeat those in the exam. I think that's the only thing I would suggest in just 1 week's time.
Yeah, and also critical reasoning में the accuracy is always low. कितना भी prepare कर लो, accuracy तो 50% ही होता है. So there's no point in spending a lot of time for critical reasoning. Just spend more time for other topics where if you prepare well and if you attempt it rightly, you're gonna get it right. Critical reasoning में me and Aditya, from my experience, we know for sure कि 50-60% के ऊपर accuracy आती ही नहीं है. So which is why. All right. Is there any chance of geometry heavy paper as all 4 slots have less number of questions? See, ये guess work करके तो चलने नहीं वाला है. Geometry में all I can suggest is you should know the basic formula. Because जो भी questions आते हैं, it's not very tough. If you know the basic formula of geometry and a few rules, then you are good to go with geometry. And please don't assume कि पिछले papers में कम geometry आया तो इसमें भी कम आएगा, because CET is full of surprises, as you can clearly see from past 2-3 years. So don't expect anything. The next question is, if we practice LR questions from all mocks which I had given earlier, is it okay, or should I practice other material? Quiz, please guide. So Jyoti, if you would have rightly analyzed your previous mocks, you would have understood that koi areas mein you're not good with, suppose circular arrangement or parallel arrangement, baki sab puzzle se you're comfortable. So what you can do is you can go back to a few questions from parallel seating arrangement and circular arrangement. Practice a few questions so that you have that confidence that you're good with these questions, so that other paper mein question aaye, you don't have to leave them and instead attempt them. So you can, maybe go to the internet, look for certain questions on seating arrangements and parallel ones and attempt it. Okay.
Is retest going to be of higher level or not? See, again, it just treated like a different slot. Mostly it should be around the same level because the obviously the paper set is the same, but it could be slightly higher or lower because again there are always surprises in CT, but don't worry about that. There'll be normalization for this slot as well. So jaisa bhi hoga, it will all be normalized. So don't worry about these things. Which are the important topics of quants that came in CT 23? So that is just like the past few years, time and work, time, speed, distance had come, HCF, LCM. Like it was very expected, like the topics it was coming from. No surprises there. Averages, profit and loss, all these topics. from these topics only there'll be around 20, 25 questions total, and then you have 15, 10, 15 marks of DI. So these are the main topics in quant that came this year, and it was also expected.
Okay. I'm preparing for CAT. Should I take separate classes for CET too? So Sahil, I'll tell you what I had done. So I had classes for CAT. So CET में I had taken mocks of different mock providers, and I wish there was a class जिसमें they had told me what the tricks were for CET, what extra you have to do apart from what you've done with CAT, and how do you solve those questions, how do you attempt them, and how do you think for that. So because of which I had to go to YouTube, look for different channels, see kya kare, kaise kare, then shortlist from them, see which one suits you the best. So this is what I had to do, and which is why we had come up with the top percentile, where someone who has already prepared a lot for other exams doesn't have to go through all that rigor again, and instead have something more focused on CET and other speed-based exams. So you can do something like that too, where the toppers actually teach you what they had implemented during that CET and what actually worked for them. So I'm sure it'll work for you too.
Yeah, and after preparing for CAT, your concepts will be clear, but the concepts and the level of questions in CET is different. It's much lower. So you have to get out of that mode mentality you're in for CAT, that you have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for every question. Then CET you have much less. You have just 45 seconds. So how to do that in 45 seconds with shortcuts and the right techniques, it is helpful. You can use some guidance. There is a different type of preparation that is required, but yeah, definitely focus on CAT for now. You can start preparing for CET after CAT, and you can get in touch with us.
All right, which topic was most difficult for both of y'all? Aditya, what was it for you?
So mine was logical reasoning. I used to get around 40 to 45 out of 75 in logical reasoning, which was
Okay.
lower than the toppers usually.
Mhm. So for me, I think quants would have been difficult because sometimes there's a lot of confusion. Yeah, कौन सा trick use करना, there are hundreds of things, क्या करे for a particular question, इससे आंसर नहीं आ रहा है वो यूज करो, उससे नहीं आ रहा है use something else. And especially when they give you बड़े बड़े lines के लंबे लंबे lines के questions, so it's very difficult to comprehend. So amongst the four of them, I felt that quants was a little heavy. I wouldn't say it was very tough, just comparatively a little heavy for me.
Probability of modern math questions coming in retest, it's low. Definitely. Matlab, there'll be only a few questions that come from modern maths every year. If you can go through the formula, still go through just to ensure that you don't miss out on easy questions, but it will be on the lower side.
Yeah, exactly. Modern maths, a जो भी question आता है, it's very easy and people lose out on marks just because they had left those chapters. ऐसा कोई तुम लोग बोल नहीं रहा that you have to study CAT के level का for modern math, just the basic formula and you'll be good to go.
In my CT admit card, signature was not done by the supervisor. Will it create any problem? It should not create any problem in your result. Just don't worry about this. Go to the center confidently. कुछ भी issue होता है तो most of the centers and the invigilators are very helpful because they also understand कि it is a stressful time for students. So don't worry about that. What was the total number of questions that came in the section? It was around 50. Yes, it was around 50. The last few questions, guys. I don't see any more questions coming in. If you have it, just put it in the chat, or else we can end the stream.
And also, it'll just take a second to hit the like button, and because it will motivate us to have more live sessions and even put more videos on YouTube. And we get that confidence that the aspirants are actually listening to us, understanding what we are saying, and actually helping you all. So it would really help us if you just hit the like button.
Important topics to focus. Don't focus on, I mean, firstly, go through, if you've left any chapters, just go through their formula, so that at least the basic questions you will able to answer. And secondly, just give mocks and just revise at a very high level if you have some formula book or something like that. Don't focus on any particular topic. The whole selection process for CET will be fair enough, as they have messed up things. Any surprise in CET re-exam? I would hope that they have learned. They are from all the mistakes and all the mismanagement that was done. So hopefully, no surprises in the CET re-exam. Hopefully, this is very well planned, and the aspirants face no issues. My exam is over, but supervisor has not done signatures. No, then there will be no issues, which I don't worry about that. Quant questions accuracy is good, but I take more time to solve what quant topics are depending on shortcuts to solve fast. Almost all topics, Blaze, like time, speed, distance, time and work, everything, there are faster methods to solve it. Number series, quadratic equations, everything has shortcuts. So in quants, basically, there are a lot of shortcuts for CET because the questions are very predictable. But at time, speed, distance, time and work, these two definitely. From where can I prepare for vocabulary for English? You can use any GRE resources for vocabulary like Magoosh. They are very helpful, but don't spend a lot of time in vocabulary in the last few days. Just 10 minutes per day is also enough if you think you're weak in average placement for JBIMS 23 batch. The placements were really good. I don't know the exact number. Last year it was 27, right? So should be same or higher, I think. But it was really good. We were in touch with our students, because the first batch of TTP students will graduate this year. So they all have got really good placements.
Perfect. And also, guys, with just 6 lakhs of fees and 27, which is the average at JBMS, can just understand how the ROI is. So, which is why we have taken efforts to, make the top percentile where the student, we can help the students to get into one of the best MBA colleges and the best college when it comes to ROI as well. And also, we'll be coming up with our course for 2024, and we've got some surprises as well. And it'll be updated. The course would be updated as well. So stay tuned. Be with us on the channel. And you can even join our Telegram group, the link for which is in the description. And you can contact us through any of the platforms on WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook. Just drop us a text and we'll get back to you.
Okay, all the best, everyone whoever's appearing for the re-exam. Stay in touch with us. Let us know if you need any help on the channels as I mentioned, Telegram, Instagram, on call. We'll meet you after exams. So all the best and hope you guys do really well and get into your dream colleges.